Hey there folks, this is not a video about the car I'm driving. It is in a way, but I'll get there later. So I saw a car the other day which had a sticker on its door. It was a Harrier that had a sticker that said, "Real men use 3 pedals." And a few weeks ago somebody did a Twitter thread, obviously purely for engagement purposes, that said people who drive automatics are cowards. So here I am, driving the new Jimny manual, as you can see, and I have 2 gearboxes, one transfer gearbox and one manual gearbox for shifting. Does that make me twice a man? So it's bizarre. Okay, I don't think driving a manual is a sign of machismo or masculinity. Okay, and nor is having an automatic make you a coward or anything like that. I'm just coming from the launch of the 2nd generation Mercedes-Benz GLC. And Mercedes doesn't sell a single car in India without an automatic gearbox. But if you rocked up in an AMG or even a decent Merc of any sort, does it make you less of a quote-unquote man, or does it make you a coward? And here's the thing, what I find funny, I mean, the other car I've got as a long-term right now is a Hyundai Ioniq 5. It's an electric car. You can't have manuals on electric cars. As strange, you just can't. Electric cars require automatics. So this entire argument that, you should drive a manual for feel, here I am stuck in a traffic jam near the airport at Delhi. I'm very glad I have start-stop on this car, but I'm working my left foot. I mean, I'd rather be in automatic in this jam right now. I mean, start, stop, start, stop, start, stop. Just work your left foot, first, second, third, all the time. What would you rather have? You would obviously rather have an automatic. And that's the truth. If you're a traffic jam, whether you're here, you're at Parapula, you're at the Western Express Highway in Mumbai, or the Silver Junction in Bangalore, or OMR in Chennai, you want to be easy and comfortable. You're not driving a car for performance 99.9% of the time, and that to a very, very small percentage of buyers. Yes, I like a manual. I love having a manual and a nice car. I just drove the BMW M2, the brilliant car, right? I mean, it had the manual gearbox, really difficult manual gearbox to use, but it had feel on that car because it was a manual. But that's rare. Driving a manual on this Jimny or an automatic really makes very little difference on a regular day-to-day basis. Okay, and not only will you get in the future mainly automatics, and there's a reason that ever since Maruti launched the AMT with the Celerio, today almost 1/3 of cars sold in India are automatics. I mean, that's across the board. You get starting with the Alto and the Quid. They're available with AMTs. And that number is higher and higher as you go up the car classes. On cars like the Creta and the Seltos, you're going to get up to almost 50% automatics. People want automatics because they're easy. And saying things that real men drive automatics is silly. I mean, I don't want to start a video about what a real man should be, but a real man should be a good partner, a good father, or a good friend, in my opinion. And I'm not saying I do those very well all the time. I try my best at least. But driving a car or driving a manual, yes, it's a life skill. It's a life skill that not everybody might have. Just like I believe using chopsticks is a life skill. Not everybody can use chopsticks. Not everybody can swim. It's important. You should be able to drive an automatic. My wife, for example, and she's a woman obviously, she learned driving on a manual. Today, if I get this car to her, I'd rather drive an automatic. It's easier. It's just easier to have an automatic in a city, in an urban environment. You don't want to be shifting gears all the time. I mean, yes, right now I'm driving on 5th and I won't need to shift for a while. I took this car down to Kanpur over the weekend. I didn't need to shift on the expressways. But you know what? Automatics have become a lot better than they were. And automatic transmission, whether it's a AMT for that matter, which I don't like AMT transmissions. Let me be very honest with you. Sometimes they're a bit slow and sluggish, but then again, the DCTs are faster than a human hand can ever be. I mean, you're changing gears in milliseconds. Even on newer or regular torque converters, you're changing gears faster than you can on a manual. So, back to the point. There is a reason more and more people are buying automatic cars right now. It's just easier. Traffic is getting worse, and it's not going to improve. And there'll be more people buying automatics. I will not be surprised if by 2025, that's not so far away, we would have more than half the cars sold in India total be automatics. Maybe in some segments, not including luxury cars, where it's almost 100%, it would be, 3/4. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it'll be even higher than half the cars sold in India are automatics. I'm actually surprised at how quickly automatics have taken off in India, and there's a very good reason for them. And real men do buy automatic cars. Okay, so if you put a sticker like real men drive manuals, you're doing it to feel good about yourself. And let's not talk about the other inadequacies. Thanks so much for watching KushanDrives.